Right, kia ora boys. What we're going to look at today is some compound angles, and this is sort of like the first introduction of some new identities, new rules that we can apply with what we've been doing so far. So on your formula sheet you'll see these three here. The sine of A plus B is the sine of A cos of B plus the cos A sine B, or the sine of A minus B is the sine A cos B minus. So that's what this little plus minus means here, is that's a plus and a minus there. So if this is plus, this is plus. And conversely, if it is negative, if this is negative, then that is also negative. Okay, so you can see the top line. This one here, cos of A plus B, is actually a minus. Cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. Okay, so that plus up there with the sine is a plus there, but the A cos of A plus B is the cos A cos B minus. So you got to just be aware of that. And you can see that. So that's a top one, top one, top one. Okay, so that's just what you've got to be aware of. Now, if you want to know where it comes from, if you go to this page in OneNote, and I'll show you where that page is, I'll share it onto the team. You can go and you can watch the proof here. So this guy explains it. Okay, so you can go there. Otherwise, what we really need to be able to do is actually just use these compound rules. Okay, so if I go through here and go, alright, follow the formula, so sine A plus B, so that's 90 plus x. So in other words, that's A and that's B, so therefore I'm going to have the sine, this is going to equal the sine of 90 cos of x plus the cos of 90 sine of x. Hopefully that makes sense. But obviously sine of 90, that is a particular number. If you think back to our trig graphs, there's the sine graph, so sine of 90 is just there, which is 1. That's 1 times cos x. And the cosine graph, that's actually 0. So that's 0 times sine x. So my answer, cos of 90 plus x, is the same as the cos of x. Okay, so that's what we're trying to expand and simplify. Same thing, so if I go cos of 90 plus x, I'm going to go follow the formula. It's going to be cos of 90 cos of x minus, because that's a plus, sine of 90 sine of x. Cos 90 is 0, so it's going to be 0 times cos x minus 1 times sine x, which is just going to give you minus sine x. Okay, and so tan now, again, we're just trying to use them all, so just going to show you, so that's going to be the tan of A plus the tan of 45 all over 1 minus the tan of A, tan of 45. Now hopefully you are aware that tan of 45 is 1, so that's the same as tan A plus 1 over 1 minus tan A. Okay, that's sort of what we're doing. So what I've got you to do now is just a couple of different exercises. Okay, one exercise is pretty much just doing things like this. The next exercise is trying to get you to prove with some of those identity stuff. Okay.